Hey guys, I know a lot of you are out helping out with storm cleanup, and thank you so much for helping with that. So we're going to be postponing our camping videos until next week. We'll start on those on Monday. But in the meantime, I wanted to go over a couple of quick things to maybe help you all out with your storm cleanup, okay? We've got a couple of different things right here. You've got your hatchet, your axe, and your splitting axe, and we're just going to go over real quick on the differences between those. Alright, so first and foremost, we're going to start with our normal old hatchet here, okay? This is probably the tool I use the most around the house. It's got a little guard on here. Hatchets are pretty small. They're meant to be used mostly by one hand, and they are not really to chop down the trees. So what you want to use these for is to help limb up a tree, and by that I mean you're going to use it to take predominantly the branches off the tree, okay? Next we have an axe. Notice that it's very similar to a hatchet, just a bigger face. What you're going to use an axe for is this is actually to cut some of the larger substance stuff up. You can actually use this to cut through some trees. If you don't have access to a chainsaw or anything like that, this is what you might use. The weight of the head is going to go through the wood a lot easier. You're not going to really use this to split wood though, okay? If you're trying to create firewood out of all this stuff, I wouldn't really use this. I would move on to one of these, okay? This is an actual splitting axe. You'll notice that the head comes down to a much broader face, okay? It's got heavy weight on the back of it, okay? Use something like this if you're gonna be splitting up firewood, but do not use this to try and limb up your trees, okay? The weight of this, you can lose control real easily, okay? So I'm gonna go over how to demonstrate how to use these real quick, okay? All right guys, so we're gonna use this tree here as an example of how to use some of these axes and hatchets, okay? So let's say that this tree is falling down on the ground like this, okay? You'll notice that the branches are branched upwards in most directions, and to get the branches off, I'm gonna actually use a hatchet here, okay? I'm gonna start on the back side of the branch, and I'm gonna make a cut and come back at it about a 45 degree and make my second cut, okay? And what that action is gonna do is that is actually going to start chopping the wood and clearing the cut away, okay? So that is one of the ways you can do that. For the tree itself, okay, you're gonna use basically the same technique, except you're gonna wanna use the axe, okay? Now, obviously, this is pretty small and thin. This is just for demonstration purposes. You're going to go about it in this form, okay? One up, one to the side. One up, one to the side. Or if you want, you can come back and forth, but you're gonna have a much wider gap, okay? Another thing to importantly note on this is at all times you need to be aware of your surroundings when you are using any of these things, okay? For example, if I am using a hatchet, I do not want to be cutting like this, okay? Reason why is if my hand comes wrong, I could hit myself in the leg. I want to be standing on the other side if possible, and I want to have everything in the hatchet's path completely clear of that blade, okay? So that way, I'm at no risk of accidentally messing up. And also, in case this thing were to come flying out of your hands, you want to be able to see what's ever behind what you're throwing. This way and this way, okay? That's extremely important. Guys, thank you again for helping out with cleanup, and again, be safe.